some of the greatest epiphanies, moments of clarity in breakthrough occur when the sun and Mercury join together in the sky. And honestly, today was certainly one of them for me. They say there's levels to this. And today, I certainly had some epiphany moments, some breakthroughs, and it was fantastic. And I'm definitely going to share this with you guys, but we're going to dive into the symbolism of Mercury's rebirth, the Sun-Mercury conjunction in Aries, because I believe this is important. The sign in which they join together is extremely important, and what to expect moving forward. I got this little beard thing stuck out, it's kind of annoying me. Anyways, sometimes the universe promises, but the universe also always delivers. And today was one of those days for me, especially. I was really present with, shout out to Dean Davis, I was really present with this day. And because anytime the Sun-Mercury conjunction happens, like I said, there's moments of just clarity, sudden insight, breakthroughs. The sign that this conjunction usually happens has a significance as well. And today the significance for Aries is all about will. And this conjunction between the Sun and Mercury in Aries, these epiphanies that we had, certainly the one that I had, spoke directly to our will. Now, what is our will? It is simply the change or action we wish to do, to create. And Aries is all about that, okay? Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is all about action, all about our desires, all about our passions, all about our will. And Mercury is not necessarily it's a mind-oriented sign. It's not necessarily action-driven. So the insights that I received today personally were about the mental understanding of our will. Shout out to I Heart Harry Styles. Are you having a nice day? I am. I hope you are as well. I've had a great day. I hope everybody in the chat is as well. Shout out to Tony as well for joining, and Nano CBD. So, and I wrote down a bunch of stuff today. Okay. Shout out to Flippy from Happy Tree Friends. Thank you. Appreciate you. Today, there was a rebirth in how I saw my will. Okay. Now, I'm a Libra, my zodiac sign. Feel free to drop your zodiac sign in the chat below as well. But I'm a Libra. Okay. Libra is ruled by Venus, which is not so much about action and the nitty gritty and all this stuff, but it's more about consideration and it's about consideration. But when it comes to will, right? Will is very single-pointed. We're not always thinking about the other person, right? With Libra energy, we're always in consideration. How is this going to affect the other, right? Justice. What is the outcome of this event? And so it's a little difficult for us to, as Libras, to be single-pointed when it comes to our will. Whereas Aries energy, it's my will be done. And today, the insight that I received that I want to share with all of you guys is all about the purest form of the expression of our will. Now, when it comes to any sort of action, all right, there's different kinds of motivations that fuel different actions. And one of the motivations that people may have is fear. They might be scared to be punished, so they don't want to do a certain action. Okay, they're afraid of being judged, so they might do something, a certain action, right? So there's different levels of motivation that inspire our will. But how can we get to the purity of our will? How can we express our will so that it is always pure and perfect? This is the insight that I received. Because at the end of the day, I think it's important to keep in mind and consider our effects on the larger whole, because we're all invariably connected. And if you think, oh, it is my will to, insult this person, that creates a ripple effect, right? So yes, you might succeed in your will, but at the same time, this person that you hurt or harm, there's a ripple effect from it. Their energy might affect somebody else. So there's just like a ripple effect. You think that just because I exercised my will wasn't good and perfect. Okay, this is the whole essence of Aquarius and the age of Aquarius. So we also have to keep in mind our actions too and how they impact the larger whole. But this is what I wrote down in my journal, okay? Acting according to my true will, unburdened by external pressures, free from desire for particular outcome or reward, is the path to fulfillment and perfection. And I'll read that again, because I think this is very important. Pure will, okay, when we have a purity of intent, right? And our purpose is to affect the greater whole, humanity, the world at large, something beneficial that doesn't just impact us, but others as well. Free from desire from any particular outcome, okay? Because we always want to create and we always want to do, I'm not doing these live streams for a particular outcome. I'm doing it because I want to, because I want to share my light and knowledge with the world. And the thing is, we are entering into this age of Aquarius, and we would be wise to align our efforts, our entire way of perceiving and expressing our individuality and will to this. Because if we are able to do this, we will be in harmony and in flow with this greater eon, this greater cycle in nature that is occurring right now. This age, this new age, the age of Aquarius, which by 2026, we are fully going to be integrated in as a humanity. So, what is your true will? Okay, acting according to my true will, right? This is all Aries energy, by the way. And Aries and Aquarius, they form a harmonious aspect between each other. So there's definitely an opportunity between our true will and the collective will, right? Aries and Aquarius. And there's an opportunity to put our will out there without necessarily clashing with any other will. Like we're all in our own orbit. Imagine if Pluto, Mercury, Neptune, they all said, fuck it, I'm not going to go in my own orbit and I'm going to go wherever I want. Right? They crash into each other, we probably wouldn't exist. But there's order in their will, in their rotation. And because of that, there is order, and we are able to be in harmony and exist. Shout out to Isaac Newton. Thanks for discovering the law of gravity. Big time Aries ride or die energy. Let's go. Let's go, Dean Davis. So acting according to my true will, again, the true will, I'll get to that in a second, Nano CBD. Our true will is our deepest, purest, most instinctual will, desire, passion, right? Big Aries energy, right? This is big Aries energy. Unburdened by external pressures. This is important because how many times are we acting because we want to satisfy a person or a group of people? This is not being a free thinker or a free doer. Free from desire for particular outcome or reward. When we do our will, our true will, this pure, instinctual, passionate will, this big Aries energy, we're not doing it for a particular reward or outcome. We're doing it because that is our passion and that is what we want to do. And we just go for it, right? You don't go, the outcome is always uncertain. You might see the prettiest girl or guy at the bar and you might want to go and talk to them, whether you're a guy or a girl. But what ends up happening is it might not go the way that you expected it to. But do you hold yourself back from expressing that true passion, that true desire? Right? This is big Aries energy. This is shout out to Dean Davis for that. That's a mantra right there. Pure will is big Aries energy. So when we're free from desire from any particular reward or outcome, we're able to more purely express our will. And so when we put all this together, right, acting from our true will, our deepest desires and passions, right, obviously keeping in mind the greater whole because we are in the age of Aquarius, unburdened by external pressures, you're motivated and inspired for the right reasons, right, for purpose, free from desire from any particular reward or outcome. All of this leads to the path of fulfillment and perfection. This is the path of fulfillment and perfection. Guys, this was my download. This was my aha moment for today, this big breakthrough. And yeah, this was mine. I'm curious what your guys' was. If you had any important realizations today, drop it in the comments below. Nano CBD says, Kian, I forward all your shorts to my farmer friends. We farm using frequency devices made with Willem Reich technology. Nice. March 30th will be life-changing. That's beautiful. That's great. I'm not gonna lie. I partake from time to time. I do enjoy it. Not during the day, but when there's a time and place for that. And I do enjoy that. And, in Vegas, it is legal. So, I'm sure in Canada, I've been to Canada before, right? Vancouver, British Columbia. That was like back in the day where like in the States, majority of states it was still illegal. It was like medicinal purposes only. But I went to BC, Vancouver. It was beautiful. Like there was just people casually like pulling out bongs and stuff in the park. It was really cool. I really enjoyed my time up there. I think Canada is absolutely beautiful. And Okay. I'm going to read you guys my journal for today because this is whenever we have this Mercury Sun conjunction, again, especially when it's a retrograde motion, right? Oh boy. Forgot to charge my thing. And now we will face the consequences. I knew I was missing something. Hold on, y'all. Mercury retrograde. We're just speaking about Mercury retrograde. The Mercury retrograde, my light goes out. Yo, shout out Mercury retrograde. I'm not blaming it, you know, but at the same time, maybe I am. Woo! We back. We back, baby. So during times where Mercury is retrograde, especially when Mercury is retrograde, we are within our, when it comes to our thought processes, we are diving inwards, right? Mercury is the planet of exchange, of mental processes. And on this topic, like during Mercury retrograde, you are going to benefit highly from things such as journaling, meditating, reflecting as well. You know, meditating doesn't always have to be you sit down and, you know, you close your eyes and whatever, you try to be in silence. Like sometimes I just sit in the backyard and just reflect. I look at like a particular tree. I try to concentrate my focus somewhere. That's the key. And once I'm able to concentrate my focus, then from there, I'm able to reflect, right? You don't necessarily have to close your eyes, but journaling is another way, because any act that requires you to concentrate and make your will single and singularly focused, that's where you get the most out of this energy. So when we go to or have any days wherein Mercury and the Sun join together, then I would do one of those things. So I want to read you guys what I wrote in my journal about this day, okay? And I think this is like the key highlight. And this is probably like what I've read. So, do your pure will with no attachment to outcome, and none shall say nay. Such is my aha moment. This is the purest way to live, and the greatest influence is derived thereof. You are in your own orbit, a star that clashes with no other, so long as the will remains pure. And there's boldness in it, and boldness in this Aries energy. So they say fortune favors the bold. And I can think of no other zodiac sign other than Aries that is bold. And so that was my realization for today. I'm going to go in the comments and read some of the things. My big realization today was that I was too tired to go get the application process started for my passport. Waking up early tomorrow to get it done. Need a break from Canada in a bit. Nice. Off. Wow, that's quite the question. The question is, have you? Especially when you have the word off, you know, blank off in your name. You might be a fan, I don't know. Might be a fan of that kind of stuff. Oh, nice. I've always wanted to go to Amsterdam. I need to travel more. This is part of it. Look at this. Now woo! This is Mercury retrograde at its finest. Anyways, guys, maybe today we got to keep it short. Keep it short and sweet. But this was my realizations. And this was the breakthrough that I had for today and your astrology for the day. Today the sun shines at 4 degrees Aries. It's kind of crazy, man. This is Mercury retrograde. It's been kind of a doozy, but we're getting it done. But I think that is about it, guys. If you're new, make sure you're subscribed and have the bell notifications on for live streams. I looked into the multi-streaming too. That's going to start pretty soon here. We're going to start pretty soon. I'm going to go towards the light so we can, this is the natural light, you feel me? But anyways, guys, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. And soon, I already looked into the prices for the multi-streaming today. And I'm really excited because it might go multi-channel. And yeah, tomorrow, whatever realizations that you had today. And remember this, astrology might tell the time, but it is, hold on, let me get this idea straight in my mind. Astrology might show the time, might be the clock, but it's not always showing the time, if that makes sense. Meaning, when it comes to the transits, right? This transit might perfect at, midnight. But that doesn't mean at midnight that's when something miraculous is going to happen. It could, but again, this is my central teaching, which is to be present, stay alert, and pay attention. And if you're able to do that, then you will receive this epiphany. Because I was looking for it this morning. I was like, when is it going to happen? When am I finally going to see this aha moment or get this aha moment? But I was literally driving and this license plate passed, and it was so specific. Okay, so shout out to God and the universe for this. But the license plate was so specific that I was just like, that's it. That's my epiphany. And that's what inspired everything that I wrote today. Okay, so keep your will pure. And there's 2 ways that you can keep your will pure. And that is, don't have a particular outcome or reward in mind. And 2, do it without external pressures or influence, but let it come from the purity of your heart. This is the essence of Aries energy, right? It's so instinctual, so passionate. It sees something, it goes and gets it. It doesn't really care, and that's why it rules conflict, right? But remember the overall bigger picture of the time that we're entering as a humanity, which is the age of Aquarius. And in this age, we have to consider the collective. We are responsible for our connection to the greater whole. We are not just individual, right? Aries is so me. But then Aquarius is we. That was hard to say. And if we're able to integrate these 2 energies together, then we will have just an incredible way of expressing our individuality to the world. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And I hope you guys have a great day. We're going to further integrate these realizations tomorrow. So if you didn't receive your aha moment, your epiphany, be present. Journal, meditate. Maybe blaze one up and listen to a guided meditation and see what happens. I think that's going to be the way that it might reach you. And then tomorrow, Pluto, Mercury are going to sextile each other, and then we're going to further integrate this realization. I kind of look at it as putting it into practice, okay? Now, Mercury is still retrograde, so don't have any crazy expectations. And just be yourself. And just do you. And no other will say nay. We'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you. And I send you guys so much love.